What else could constitute an expansion for MDub 2, but also be a full annual premium release? And can be done in 2 years if it's by Sledgehammer? I think the only answer is MDub 3. Activision devs do not play their own game.
3,000 devs can't figure out how to add a reconnect feature to a AAA title, I guess. I don't know.
Because Infinity Ward doesn't tell their consumers anything.
Maybe that'll take some of the sweats away from Shoot House.
You can cope about that, for sure.
Thanks for tweeting, at least. Thanks for doing more than Infinity Ward has done. They just keep tweeting about the soccer bundles in the store.
Things that are bad. We've got a couple words. Why don't you kick it off, Tanner?
This is going to be a longer section than the first part you guys heard.
Change it, obviously, of course. We are live, boys and girls. Welcome to the Dropshot of Call of Duty podcast, episode number 300 and also 1. Oh, I have music playing still. Oops. My name's Casey, also known as Razinon.
That was a great intro song. That probably sounded wonderful.
Yeah, it probably sounded great. And today I'm joined by Tanner, as usual, as I sometimes am.
How did you not realize it was on? Is it like really quiet in your ears or something?
It's pretty quiet.
Oh, okay.
Was it loud on stream? I wonder.
I don't know. I don't have the sound on.
Not redoing it. So fuck you, listener.
We're not redoing
How about
it.
that? How about that, bitches? Anyway, Tanner's here. Tanner, you casting some spells, buddy?
I've casted a few spells, yeah. I just learned Expelliarmus. Expelliarmus?
Is that like a disarm?
Expelliarmus, yeah. Disarming charm. Of course it is, man. Learned that sucker last night.
Interesting.
About to learn how to fly today.
I saw someone tweet, like, I think it was Tom Henderson based. Tweeted an article that said like, 1.3 million views on Twitch on like the first hour or day or whatever of the Hogwarts Legacy release. And he's like, yeah, that boycott's really working. It's like, of course, which is what I had said, by the way. I was like, dude, all this negative, quote unquote, negative publicity for Hogwarts Legacy is going to make it bigger and sell more and get more eyeballs on it, which of course happened, obviously. So when there's controversy like this, I mean, it's just gonna happen.
Yeah, I wonder how many viewers it has right now. There is Twitch drops going on. That's the main reason it has viewers as well.
That makes sense.
730K right now.
Yeah.
It's Warzone at. Surely it's high, 50K.
I also saw a tweet. It was like a website like IGN. It might have been GameSpot. A website like that. They tweeted an article, and the article was video like Hogwarts Legacy should not be reviewed on the game's own merits only. And it should like also be reviewed on the basis that it's transphobic or whatever, or J.K. Rowling is like a transphobe or something.
Oh yeah, yep.
And they were getting shit on in the replies, which I was kind of surprised by. Some people were like, "Yeah, true," but I don't know. That's a crazy thing to say. Can you imagine your job? Your whole company is to review games, and then you tweet, "We're not going to review this one." Or if we do, since we don't like the author of the book, we're going to like give it a worse score than we otherwise would.
Yep.
That's crazy. If you wanted to do that, here's what you do. Don't review the game at all. Like either review the game or don't, but don't say you're going to give it like a review and then subtract 10% because you don't like J.K. Rowling. Like that's crazy. That's so weird.
That was like I think you had liked it or something. That's where I saw it. Some chick had tweeted out like something about the game and how she's going to stop using Twitch for a day or something. What did she say?
Yeah.
That was insane. She was getting torched in the quote retweets and shit like that. And the best part is her profile says @Twitch ambassador. It's like you're a Twitch ambassador
boycotting Twitter.
Which is owned by Amazon, who you also hate on nonstop, right? Because you hate on Jeff Bezos, and you're an ambassador for one of the companies he owns. Like, they're just, it's insane. It really is insane what people like find to hate on. It's like they hate on one thing and then not another thing where they should. If they're so dead set in that idea, they should also be hating on that too, you know?
Yeah, exactly. A lot of these people are just virtue signaling vacuously, and they're hypocrites. It's very funny. But anyway, welcome to the show. I am also a Hogwarts Legacy owner. Haven't played it yet, but I will. I've been tired. I'm resetting my sleep schedule. But anyway, welcome to the show. Today, we're not talking about Hogwarts Legacy. We are instead talking about an fun and exciting piece of media we've gotten for Season 2. A very big, detailed blog post. I have not looked at it yet. Tanner has. I want to experience it with you guys, as always. And also, the only thing I've really seen about it is some tweets. And they're not looking great. So I'm curious to see what I will find, what we will find together in this little blog post about Season 2. So that will be fun and exciting. If you're a new listener, by the way, there are timestamps. You can skip to whatever section you want. So go ahead and take a look in the description of the show notes if you want to do that. So before we get into the meat and the potatoes of the program, welcome to our new gold patrons, Pablo A. and Larson. Thank you, boys. Welcome to the Patreon at the gold tier. Much appreciated. Also, welcoming back to the Damascus tier, Young Pibstifer, upgrading once again for the absolute BTS EPs and the Q&A EPs, Pib. Much appreciated, brother. Thank you very much, dude. We also got a new annual platinum patron, Shrocodile. Kind of like it. Welcome aboard, buddy. Very much appreciated. An annual patron. If you go annual, by the way, on the Patreon, you get the max discount we're allowed to give you, which is like 16% off or whatever.
You save an amount, yeah.
So if you want to save some money and get access to those ad-free early access EPs, plus bonus EPs every month and more, consider going annual. But in either case, thank you to all of you guys. Patreon.com/thedropshot. It's the best way to support the show. Bonus EPs, ad-free EPs, early access, all that good shit. Thank you, everyone here. Let me also quickly say another thing. Someone had mentioned, I think last week or something, I meant to reach out to them, but I didn't. I forgot to, and I don't know who it was now. They didn't get a shout out or whatever for joining the Patreon or upgrading or something. If that happened, it is very unlikely I missed you, and it's more likely that it just doesn't show up as a notification because you joined the Patreon, left, and then came back on the same account. If that happens, I don't get a notification that it happened, so then I don't shout you out. But it's not because I'm ignoring you. It's because I don't see it.
Yeah, you literally just go in there and screenshot the new noties for like the last week, so you actually can't miss it. It's not possible. Yeah. You just screenshot the noties.
Exactly. So if I didn't shout you out for whoever that was, I'm not ignoring you or whatever. I just didn't see a notification because you must have been a patron before, left, and then come back, which is fine. And thanks. But if that happens, I won't know. So, and you got your shout out once upon a time. So anyway, just to clear that up. And then normally I'd welcome new YouTube members, but it shows like people who got gifted memberships, and we got a lot of those for episode 300. So, I'm not doing it. And I'm not, it's not happening this week. So if you became a YouTube member, thanks.
Well, and you don't deserve it because you were gifted one, so we wouldn't thank you anyways for being gifted one.
That's correct. That's correct. Yeah, receiving a gift, not thank you. thanks to people who gifted memberships.
Yeah.
And they were thanked on episode 300. But if you joined after that, sorry, get fucked this week, I guess. I don't know. But if you did want to become a YouTube member, you get access to all the VODs of our live streams as soon as the stream ends. That's the one benefit of YouTube membership right now. We will have more things on that front fairly soon. And with that, episode 300 was fun. And we will be using those proceeds to do the YouTube spruce up. We got a considerable amount more in donations than we're going to need to update the YouTube, so we'll be pocketing the rest. But hey, it's our fucking job, so that makes sense. We should be doing that. So yeah, episode 300 happened. It was a good time. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Now that it's public and on the apps and all that, probably most of you who listen regularly have heard it by now. We hope you guys enjoyed that. We had a lot of fun. Had some drinks. Did a nice little 3 hours for 300. It was a jolly good time. Been here 3 years, and we're going to keep it going. And I just wanted to once again say thank you to all of you who were there live for episode 300. That made it a lot more lively. We did it in the evening again. It had kind of a throwback vibe, which was cool. And we got a lot of donations, a lot of financial support from a lot of you guys. So once again, you guys are really very generous, and we really appreciate all of you guys who showed out and gave us some money for that celebration. We really appreciate it, and that does help a lot. So so thanks again.
So we're in what, season 4 now? Is this season 4 of the Dropshot
of the program? That's
it
a
is,
great
right? Because when we hit
question.
episode 100, that'd be season 2.
That was season 2 for sure. I think
Yeah, I guess we're in season
3
4
was
now.
season 200. So yeah, I think we're entering season 4 of the Dropshot of Call of Duty podcast. Yeah.
Wow.
The New Mexico era. Oh, well, there's the leak,
there we
I
go.
guess.
Yep,
Yeah.
there we go.
You said it. You said it was going to come out. Yeah.
Come out at some point.
Yeah,
There
so
we go.
I'm in New Mexico now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where he's at. Cool.
Anyway.
Good job.
Whatever.
Glad
Not
it
a
wasn't
big
me.
deal. Yeah. That's okay. We knew it was going to happen.
You're in Oregon anyways, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, that was this is a feint. Yeah, this is a psyop. But anyway, yeah, that era, you know. It was dumping snow.
We're in the new era,
yesterday.
like COD. They're in the new era.
Yeah. Next
A new
gen. I'm
era
in a
of
next
COD.
gen state. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
There aren't homeless people knife fighting out front anymore, so that's pretty good. So, anyway.
They're somewhere else though. I'm not going to say on the pod, but they're out there. They're just all in one area.
Let's move on. Episode 300 was fun. Thank you guys. Haven't done any Patreon episodes yet. As we have said, as far as the Call of Duty centric bonus eps for this month, we will be waiting for season 2 to come out and then some, because season 2 is going to come out. We're going to play the game, then we're going to do some bonus content on it. So expect, as usual, the Patreon episodes toward the end of the month. Only exceptions possibly being behind the scenes and especially Q&A. I think if you're a platinum patron, you can expect that probably next week.
We may do Q&A Friday. We may record that this week and upload it.
Yeah, we'll see for sure. But yeah, that'll be the first thing. But for you gold patrons, expect them after season 2, like the week after, for those to start rolling out, because we want to make as much bonus content on the new shit as possible, obviously. Other than that, any other announcements, Tanner?
No.
You're listening for the jingle. Here it is.
There that sucker is.
Yeah, teammate. This This blog post almost made Exclusive Ace quit COD. Yeah. Here's the thing about Exclusive Ace, and I feel bad for the guy, but he strikes me as about our age, 30. And he is just, you can tell from his content too. And I really feel for him, but here's the problem. He is stuck in the past, man. He keeps thinking Call of Duty is a multiplayer game, and it's not anymore. You're going to have to pivot or like go play another game. Because Call of Duty
as simple
is
as that.
Not an arcade multiplayer shooter anymore. It's just not. When we started this podcast, it was actually. That's what Tanner and I really liked. Like we talked about in episode 300. BO4. That's like all we were doing. And that was when I was having a lot of fun playing COD. But that's gone. That's over now, and it's not coming back probably ever. If it is, it's not for a very long time. And Exclusive Ace just keeps making content on sixes. He keeps talking about sixes. He keeps tweeting about sixes. He keeps hoping for updates for sixes. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, and he's been saying that since MW19. So.
Yeah. He's holding on to a dying
it sucks,
dream.
Man. It's like zombies YouTubers as well. They have to pivot, but there are a lot of them too that, end up complaining with zombies isn't good or not enough content. It's like zombies was left in the past in 2015, 2016.
Yeah, it's been a long time, yeah.
Cold Wars was good, don't get me wrong, but that'll never be like their main focus again.
Yeah. Exactly. So, anyway. F's in the chat for Exclusive Ace, but hopefully he hangs in there. Welcome to the show. Today, the Season 2 blog post. Before that, quickly, we have one patch note change already in effect. MW2 multiplayer. There was a playlist update. There is now a shipment-only playlist and a shoot house-only playlist. So if you guys are still working on your camo grind, that's very good for you. You can tailor what playlist you're playing depending on what weapon you're using. So there you go. Or if you're just like a shoot house 24/7 kind of player. Here's one question I have, by the way. Why are people still playing shoot house in MW 2019? Oh, I guess it's slide cancel, right? They want slide cancel. Because I'm still seeing a lot of like MW 2019 multiplayer players on my TL.
Are you?
Yeah, like Ralston, MP, those guys. But I guess it's the slide cancel, right?
I think it's just the movement in general. They like the more fluid movement in that game.
Yeah.
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 It's not even like the slide canceling. It's just like being able to actually slide and shoot your gun, I think. And bunny hop is the big one, too.
Yeah, true. Yeah. So anyway, welcome to the show. So that's it. That's all there is for patches, changes already in effect. That's kind of what we expected, though. And now on to the roadmap and the blog post. This is going to be basically the entire focus of today's episode. So I'm going to pull this up here. Got a little blog post. Forge your path in Season 2 of Call of Duty, MW, and Warzone, launching February 15th. Interesting. So there's a bunch of dog shit here. Here is, god damn it, man. Just make it a PNG. What is this stupid dog shit? Whatever. Here's the roadmap. We'll take a look at this. I would open it in a new tab, but I can't because it's the craziest file type I've ever seen. So I'm not going to. But here we go. So we'll start by looking at the roadmap here. A little picture. Obviously, we're going to go into more details on most of this. When as we continue through the blog post, but we'll take a quick look at the roadmap here. Warzone 2.0, we got the new map, a new event, Path of the Ronin challenges. That probably won't be impactful at all. A Ronin is a masterless samurai, by the way, for those of you listening. You didn't know that.
I knew that.
Which is like a shameful thing back in the day, actually. You didn't want to be a Ronin. Yeah,
simply be a better samurai.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, how do you
Don't be
become a Ronin? Well, usually
be shit.
Usually it means your feudal lord or whatever died under your protection, and you should seppuku. Arikari. But whatever.
A wandering samurai who had no lord or master.
Yeah. Yeah. It sounds cool because you're like not beholden to anyone, but they didn't think that. They wanted a master.
This is kind of ableist. It also means a Japanese student who has failed a college entrance exam and is studying to take it again. Surprised they're using that word. That's kind of a slur, man.
That's interesting. I didn't know that.
Kind of like calling someone a... I don't know about that.
We've got 2 R words now. Yeah. Anyway, those challenges. There's POIs research.
Yeah, hold on. Why are we putting POIs on the roadmap still as part of the map? It's just they literally do it to make the roadmap look like there is more shit on it. Stop. Holy fuck. I can't believe they started doing that.
Yeah. That's a good point.
God damn it.
That's a great point. They're just like filling.
It's a quarter of the roadmap or putting in the POIs on the map that they already listed as cut.
Yeah, the quarter of it is actually just content they talked about in a blog post like a week ago. So anyway, yeah. 1v1 Gulag, we're getting in season a couple of things as well. A new public event called Data Heist. You know what that reminds me of? Because I see a little laptop here. Kind of reminds me of in Caldera. That place where you would like go, you know what I'm talking about? Toward the end of Caldera, we never actually found one in game.
Where you can get specialist bonus?
Yeah. I wonder if this is similar. New public event.
No, not at all close. No, they talk about it.
Oh, okay. Anyway.
Not even similar in any way, yeah.
Okay. Redeploy drone, we're getting in season. We'll get into that. A new contract in season called Search and Seizure. That's cool, maybe. We'll get into it. And then on launch, it looks like a Restore Honor mechanic and a personal watercraft, which is, of course, a jet ski.
Oh, a PWC. Let's go, baby.
Just call it a jet ski.
Personal
watercraft. That bothers the shit out of me, but whatever. DMZ, a bunch of shit we've already talked about. Multiplayer maps. So we're getting ranked play. We're getting a new episode of raids in season, which doesn't matter. We're getting 4 multiplayer maps.
Oh, yeah, they're all new, right?
Well, that's the thing. So first of all, we're getting Valdera's Museum finally for 6s.
Oh, that's a new map to MW2. Yeah, let's go, baby.
Which, of course, was in the beta and then was not on the launch of the game for some reason.
And they still haven't said anything about it. Yeah, they just pretended it wasn't meant to be there.
So real weird. Yeah, real weird, but cool. And then we're getting Dome again.
Oh, nice.
Now, I'm all in favor of remaking maps. But they just remade Dome in like the second half of Vanguard.
It was like in one of the last 2 seasons, I think.
So it's like, dude, we just got Dome. Can you give us something else, please? Dome is a fine map. It's not bad, but we could use some variety, especially for a remaster map. So that's pretty fucking cringe, but whatever. And then we're getting new battle maps, which is, of course, ground war maps. Ground war / invasion. Al Malik International, which is an airport. And Zaya Observatory, which is 2 areas that are already in Warzone, just being added being added to ground war. Which is fine, and that's what we expected them to do. The problem there, of course, is that even if these 2 maps are good, that means 2 maps out of 10 are good. So I won't play Ground War anyway.
Well, the Ground War itself is not good. I think Airport may be good. Zaya, though, God, that's going to play like shit, I would think.
I think that'll actually play pretty well.
I'm kind of thinking it'll be dog shit
because it's
like it's at the whole thing's like at a slope kind of.
Yeah.
There are buildings and you can get like on top of them and shit. I don't know. Yeah, I guess it depends what area it is. I think they talk more about it, so.
Yeah, we'll get into it. But to me, it's like, I don't care how good these maps are, because again, if I queue for Ground War, let's say these are both excellent. That's actually like, what, 2 out of 8 maps are good? I'm not playing Ground War, because 6 out of 8 of them are miserable. So it's like Ground War is unsalvageable, and it almost doesn't matter what they do, unless they start removing maps, that launch maps from the pool. Then Ground War could be saved, but they'll never do that. So Ground War is a foregone conclusion, unfortunately. Cool, yeah. But anyway, we'll get more into that. New modes: Infected, Gun Game, Grind. Is Grind...
Grind's the tag one where you like hold tags, quick? Right?
Oh, it's where you just deposit a bunch of tags. Yeah, never mind. And then in season, we're getting One in the Chamber, All or Nothing, don't know what that is, and Drop Zone, which is also miserable. Good for
shooting down streaks.
Yeah, which you don't need to do anymore, actually. You kind of do.
For nothing.
Yeah, but I mean,
and gunfight, right? Gunfight's coming.
Grinds. Oh no, you're right.
Fuck you, Activision. Fuck you, Infinity Ward.
You're right. I forgot about that.
It's just, at this point, we're probably just not getting gunfight at all, right?
I'm beginning to lean
like, do you
that
even
way.
like? Why would you even release gunfight in like April or May when no one will be playing the game at that point, not multiplayer?
Yeah.
Like, why? What's the point?
I don't think they will. I think you're right.
I hate them so much. I just despise every single one of them. Infected will be fun for customs, I think. If we do some MW2 customs, that may be a lot of fun, actually. Gun Game, too, would be kind of cute to do.
Gun Game would also be cool. One in the Chamber, too. Those are fun party modes.
They created literally one of the best multiplayer modes in recent memory, Gunfight, and then we just haven't seen it since. And it's just, it really is incredible. It's incredible the level of stupidity from the studio.
Yeah.
Did they ever say that? I don't think they did. I think it was just in files and whatnot, and people said it was. I mean, the icons are in the game. We saw those before the game launched in the files, but who knows? So was Terminal and MW 19, right?
And this game, by the way.
Yeah, Terminal's coming soon.
Yeah.
Terminal's in season 2.
Which is another fun and exciting thing. Yeah, why didn't they remaster Terminal, for example, instead of Dome again?
Oh, we'll get into that. We'll get into that later.
Yeah.
I'll get my black helicopter
I don't know if they announced it or if it was just leaked. It's very difficult to not mix those up.
It is. It gets confusing.
Especially when it was like 4 months ago. It's like, I don't know if they said it in a tweet, a blog post, or if someone leaked it, but whatever. And then last little quadrant here is we got some new weapons coming. ISO Hemlock AR. The KV broadside shotgun, that looks semi-automatic.
It's like a Saiga 12
it
from
looks
Tarkov.
Like a Saiga, yeah. A crossbow, which doesn't matter. Dual Kodachis, so a knife. Reskin knife doesn't matter. And then in season, the Tempest Torrent marksman rifle, which looks like an FAL to me. Little SA-58.
No, not at all. It's an SR-25, it looks like.
No.
Okay. It's an SR-25.
So that'll be dog shit.
It's basically a 7.62 version of an M4, essentially.
And then new operators, new skins, and new bundles. I don't care. So there you
go. They did confirm back in June of last year, Infinity Ward did confirm Gunfight would come at MW2 at, quote, some point. Cool.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
I hope every one of you gets fired at some point as well. Moving on.
Moving on, indeed. So that's the roadmap. We'll get into more details on most of this here. There's a little fucking preamble. Don't care. Here's the overview. Resurgence mode returns with the new Warzone map. So Ashika Island, blah, blah, blah. New contract, public event, and more. So here's a few details. Hijack a stolen vehicle from Shadow Company forces. Hack into uplink stations. An attempt to discover all the secrets that this island may hold. Okay, so the header for that sentence was new contract, public event, and more. So the new contract that's coming mid-season is probably going to involve the hijacking a stolen vehicle. So I would guess it's going to be similar to the sabotage contract that we had later in Caldera, where you pick it up and then you have to go find a vehicle and blow it up. I think this is going to be similar in the sense that probably, and maybe there's more details here, I don't know. Maybe you pick up the search and whatever the fuck. I forget what the new contract's called. Maybe you pick it up and then it highlights a random vehicle, but it's surrounded by AI, and then you have to kill them, get in the vehicle, and then drive it somewhere. Like, maybe that's the new contract type, which sounds pretty awful and not fun, if so. And the reason I think there will be AI is because, again, hijack a stolen vehicle from Shadow Company forces, AI. So if this is a contract that makes me kill AI, see ya. Won't do it.
It is, yeah.
But yeah, maybe there's more details, maybe not. Hack into uplink stations. That's almost certainly the new public event we're getting mid-season, which is called Data Heist, the new public event. That could be interesting, especially if like you start pinging similar to when you're doing like a recon and there's the beam going up. I don't know. And attempt to all discover all the secrets, blah, blah. And then DMZ expands to Ashika Island. There you go. So welcome to Ashika Island here. Resurgence gets a new front, a compact Japanese-themed map called Ashika Island, which is roughly 30% larger than previous small maps. So there you go. Which we already kind of knew. J-God calculated the fucking square meters of it. So
no, but he had calculated it was a little bit smaller than Fortune's Keep. That's what he had said. So that's not at all true. My
suspicion on why that is because J-God did not include the water, which is technically a playable area in his calculation, but Activision does include the water, which is fair. Kind of, but you're not going to like play in the water much. So yeah, that's probably why that discrepancy exists. So there you go. And then, yeah, we already talked a bunch about that. Resurgence mode returns with the new map. Ashika Island is the perfect size for Resurgence, a frenetic game mode, blah, blah, blah. Available for all squad sizes, solos, duos, trios, and quads, within regular playlist updates throughout the season. Okay. And then they explain how Resurgence works, and that's kind of it. So we don't know yet what the player count is going to be. We do know it's going to be all squad sizes. None of this is very surprising. So there you go. New feature, Restore Honor. On launch for Resurgence. This is a cool screenshot. I hate melee weapons, but this is a cool screenshot. So once again, one of the few remaining competent teams at Activision Studios, the art department. Great art department. So good job for this screenshot. But also, I don't want melee weapons in Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Hey, we stopped using swords fucking 200 years ago. Stop. Anyway, on Ashika Island, it takes incredible courage to return to where you once fell in battle. Well, I'm going to do that to pick up my loadout gun, so cool. Courage that is worthy of some valuable rewards. Every op on the island will drop a dog tag upon death once per match. Resurgence or BR, which can either be picked up by a squad mate or by the player themselves after redeploying. Doing so grants a small cash reward as well as a single UAV ping that marks both enemy threats and nearby supply boxes. Whether it's finding out who downed a teammate or getting a head start on rebuilding a loadout, choosing to restore honor is a solid strat for continued survival. Interesting.
They're incentivizing you to die again. Shocking.
Yeah.
Dying matters more than killing. So the big thing going around right now, which I read this and I thought the same thing, is in Resurgence in Warzone 1. You kill someone, their teammates get pinged on the minimap for a sweep or something, or for X amount of seconds, maybe 3 seconds or something like that. So this does that again, as well as a single UAV ping that marks both enemy threats and nearby supply boxes when you pick this up. And then after that, it says whether it's finding out who downed a squad mate or getting a head start on rebuilding a loadout, blah, blah. This makes it sound like they're removing that feature and putting it in a little bag and making it worse by doing one little sweep, which is ultimately a lot worse for the game.
Well, it makes it slower because it gives people less info. Yeah. I don't know about worse, though.
It'll slow it down a lot, yeah.
But it'll slow it down a lot.
Which this game does not need at all. Needs the opposite of that.
Yeah,
so
that's probably
I think
true.
This sounds like a terrible change. This is fine if they still have the normal UAV pings when you kill someone. If they don't, then this is another awful idea from Infinity Ward. And that's probably what it is, because they've been full of awful ideas in the last year.
I think that's largely correct. I do have a couple questions. So every op on the island will drop a dog tag upon death once per match. Does this mean it's random, or is it on the first death you'll drop a tag? It's probably on the first death, right? And then you won't get another dog tag to drop for you.
Oh, yeah, I didn't even realize that it's once per match.
Yeah. So it's probably on the first death. So
okay, then that's fine. So it kind of gives you some sort of little regain mechanic, I guess.
But it's not too crazy.
Which you don't need because it's resurgence, but it's fine, yeah.
It's a multiplayer mode anyway, so they want to make regaining a little easier. And if it's only once per match per person, I think that's probably fine. And it would be on your first death, I have to assume. My next question is, if I kill you, do I see that there's a dog tag there? Because opponents can't pick up the dog tag. So if I kill you, I cannot pick up your dog tag. It would have to be you or one of your teammates to pick up the dog tag. But will I be able to even see the dog tag as your opponent?
Yeah, I don't know.
And should I be able to? Because if I can see it, I might be more inclined to camp that dog tag.
Yeah, maybe. It's probably going to be such a small amount of... I mean, how much cash will it be, though? 500, 1,000? It won't be very much at all.
Yeah, probably not. But, yeah, that's also true, too. I just don't think this is that big of a deal. Because, you're right, it's probably not that much cash. One UAV sweep, not that big of a deal. And honestly, most of the time, or a lot of the time, I should say, I want to go back to where I died anyway to pick up my guns. So if it's super early, I'm probably just abandoning this tag. But if it's like mid game and my teammates like clean it up, like, yeah, I'll go back there. And also, I wonder how long the dog tag stays up. Does it ever despawn? Because I could see a mid game or maybe even a late game scenario where I die. It's my first death. And I'm coming back, and I actually just wait until the next circle, if I'm on the circle, for example, to pick up the tag for the sweep when people are closer to me. So you could like camp your own dog tag and pick it up when you want the UAV sweep, you know? So would it ever despawn?
I bet it's probably on a pretty short timer, I would imagine.
Like a minute?
Yeah. Kind of what I'm thinking. Minute, 2 minutes at the most. The resurgence
timer gets to be like 40 seconds later on. So I don't know. It's a couple questions on it, yeah. But ultimately, I will say this isn't that going to be very impactful. I like the idea kind of, though. I have to see it in practice, I think. It's just a weird thing to add that I don't think really adds too much to the game, but it's not a bad thing, I don't think. At least on paper. I'll have to play it, though. But whatever. Anyway. So yeah, that's the restoring honor mechanic. So next is the new contract, search and seizure. Okay, so we are going to get some info on this. This is going to be... Oh, and by the way, Every operator on Ashika Island will drop a dog tag upon death once per match. This includes Battle Royale. So if we ever get Mini Royale on Ashika Island, which obviously we will, otherwise they wouldn't have said this, the dog tag thing will exist for Mini Royale on the island as well. That's a little weirder. But again, I just don't think it's that big of a deal. So, just something to keep in mind. New contract, Search and Seizure. This is going to be in season for Resurgence. In addition to contracts originally in BR, Ashika Island will have an additional contract. So this won't be for Al Mazrah, at least right away. Search and Seizure to take up for cash and other in-match rewards. It is expected to go live mid-season. It involves reclaiming a stolen vehicle, either an SUV or a patrol boat, from Shadow Company forces somewhere on the island. Oh, okay, yes, exactly what I thought. After you accept the contract, the vehicle's approximate location is revealed on the minimap and as a marker in the overworld. Ops must neutralize any AI guarding the vehicle, pick up the key dropped by one of the soldiers. That's miserable. Unless I pick it up by running over it, which I don't think you do, because I have to pick up black site keys, for example. And get the vehicle safely to its designated drop-off point. Expect heavy resistance en route to this destination. Blah, blah, blah. So this sounds fucking miserable, and I'll never pick up this contract ever.
Well, it's not even that. If you're another team on the island and someone's doing this contract, that means the AI will be there regardless, right?
Yes.
Will the AI start attacking other teams if they come close?
Almost certainly, yeah.
Oh my fucking God. Please, for the love of God, just fire everyone. God fucking damn it. This is insane. This is insane.
I think the way this is going to work is that there's going to be... So we just got confirmation. We'll probably learn more. There's just going to be AI on the island. Like a decent amount of them. And when you pick up this contract, it's not going to create AI and a vehicle. It's just going to mark one of the 10... groups of AI on the map and one of their vehicles. So it's not like this is going to make more AI that you're going to have to fight as like the third team, but it's just going to mark existing AI, which shouldn't exist in the first place.
I think, what did they say? They had said something in the other blog post that made it sound like AI would not just be around, they would only be like in one specific area, right? Remember they said something?
I don't recall.
I'm trying to see if I can find it.
In the Ashika Island blog post?
Yeah.
Control F Shadow Force, or Shadow, and see if anything comes up. There was the other faction too, Konni, Konni.
So they'd said in the intro, recently intercepted communications suggest that elements of Shadow Company under the leadership of Redacted have taken control of the Isle, seemingly on the hunt for members of the Konni group. While the location appears abandoned, there are whispers on the wires of Konni operators remaining active in this conflict zone. Yeah, okay. If they're just all over the island then this mode is just already once again ruined.
Yeah.
I can't believe this shit.
And that's what it seems like. That's what it seems like. So, because I can't imagine I pick up a contract and then a bunch of AI just spawn suddenly somewhere. Like, there's no way that's the case. So it must just mark a little in like squad of them and one of their vehicles that like always exist. Which is terrible, yeah. But I mean, we're not terribly surprised by this. And we said as much last week. There's almost certainly AI on the map, which is dog shit. And here you go. So anyway, so that's the new contract. Miserable, awful, bad content. Stop making us kill AI. New public event data heist. Okay. A new exclusive public event on Ashika Island. So again, only for the island. During second circle. Oh, so this sounds like it's guaranteed every second circle. Mid-season. 3 uplink stations will come online around the map, allowing players to download intel from them. In exchange for valuable in-match rewards, squads can hack into and stand near the station to gain this intel. Oh my god.
Oh my fucking god.
But they will face resistance from Shadow Company combatants guarding these precious machines. Download progress can be sped up by eliminating Shadow Company, while other operators can halt progress through contesting the station area directly or using a DDoS field upgrade. Successfully completing a download rewards XP cash and a random piece of tactical equipment. Miserable. Squads that visit 2 or 3 and successfully download the intel will receive increased rewards, such as a random kill streak or even an advanced UAV. So yeah, they're leaning even heavier into the AI angle.
So just zero clue what they're doing. Fucking insane, man.
And this is the last player base to make fight AI.
Yeah.
This is the player base, even more than Warzone players, who do not want fucking AI in the game. And they're adding a ton of them. And
and if there are that many all over the place for different events, contracts, it'll be worse because this map is 1/30th the size of Al-Mazrah as well. So for the size of the map compared to how many AI, it will be worse than Al-Mazrah, I would guess.
Yeah, I would imagine so. That's the thing, is like on Al-Mazrah, in some sense, the AI are avoidable. Now, they're not really avoidable because I have to do a stronghold if I want to get my loadout as soon as possible. But that's like really it. And if I really wanted to, I could just wait for first free loady and like actually completely avoid AI most of the time. On this map, that does not seem possible. It doesn't seem possible to get away from all the AI. Maybe I'm wrong. But it doesn't. They're making it sound like
it's back to how Al-Mazrah was before the game launched at like COD Next, where AI was just randomly everywhere on the map. Exactly. That's what this sounds like again.
Exactly.
Yeah, I didn't even realize this because this is like not even being talked about on Twitter, which is weird. I think people kind of just like skipped over it and didn't pay attention because I breezed through these blog posts. I didn't realize any of those things about all the AI.
Yeah.
All the hate's just been towards multiplayer mostly, but this is fucking nuts. Yeah.
Yeah. Not good. Not good. So anyway, that sounds fucking miserable too. And by the way, this public event will be happening every single game in the second circle collapse. So that's going to be 3 more areas in addition to the AI that are already going to exist, probably. Where AI will simply spawn. Or maybe there won't be AI at the uplink stations until someone starts hacking them and then they come in on a chopper or something.
Oh, wonderful.
Which would be better. It would be an improvement, but still, I mean, not
lose
good.
50 frames when they start flying in, yeah.
Well, yeah, good point. So anyway, additional new features is the next thing here. Updated Gulag that'll host 1v1 duels, change the armor vests and backpacks and BR, customizable perk packages and more. So yeah, we already went over all those changes. And then now they're going to talk about a few new and returning features also coming to the game. Redeploy drones. These are going to be in season for Resurgence. Let's read. Redeploy drones. This is way bigger than I thought it was. I looked here and I was like, oh, it's like a field upgrade. And then I saw there was a grown-ass man under it. And I was like, okay, I don't know what it is now. Redeploy drones, the high-tech successor to the redeploy balloons. Okay, you first used on Caldera are the high-risk, high-reward way to reposition around the island to be deployed during Season 2. So yeah, this is going to be mid-season. To use a drone, hook a cable up to the drone via interaction. After ascending to where the drone is hovering in the sky, an operator will be launched in the direction they're facing, allowing them to parachute down safely to a distant location. So is the drone going to start on the ground until I hook up to it?
No, it's just a balloon reskinned. That's all it is.
Oh, so it's always I see. Yeah, okay. Got it. There you go. While ascending, operators can rotate around the cable to best position themselves for launch, and they can hit fire weapons and detach at any point. These new drones have a few differences compared to redeploy balloons that were on like Caldera. Notably, they can relocate to a safe area after a short period if they are within the circle collapse. Oh, so they'll actually move. That's interesting. Only a certain number of drones will reposition with each collapse, with all drones going out of commission after several circle collapses have occurred. So maybe like half of them per collapse will move in from gas and the other half will just die to gas or stay in gas, I guess. On the downside, their high-tech nature makes them easy targets for lock-on missiles, and they're too expensive for an operator to replace. So in Caldera, you could shoot down a balloon, but then you paid $500 to instantly rebuild it and then be able to use it. So being able to shoot them down actually didn't matter at all. That is not the case here.
A lot of bullets to shoot them down.
Yeah. So in this case, if you shoot down a recon or a redeployed drone, they won't come back and they can't come back.
We'll keep breeding.
Instead, new drones will fly in after a short time if there is an available safe location to hover over. Okay. Yeah. That change I kind of like, I guess.
Yeah, that's fine.
So this is the first thing that's like good to hear.
Yeah, and this is only for the island to start with, which I like. I had said this a couple weeks ago. I would rather Resurgence feel way different. True. I don't want them to mix the two like they did in Caldera last year, and Caldera ended up feeling like Resurgence, where there were, 10 different ways to come back to the game. So I like this, as there will be many people hating on this not coming to Al Mazrah and being like, this needs to be on Al Mazrah. Let's be clear. They'll add it eventually. They'll add it in season 3 Reloaded, and say, oh, here we go. Blah, blah. It's coming to Al Mazrah. And everyone's like, yay, this is so cool. It'll come. But ultimately, I like keeping Resurgence and BR vastly different from one another, because I don't want the same thing to happen that happened last year.
Yeah.
Where they felt so similar.
Yeah.
Your life didn't matter at all because you would just come back.
Yeah, and I think I think it's obvious already from this blog post that Activision is not learning anything from their mistakes, or almost nothing. I mean, we're getting like the 1v1 gulag, and I've talked about all of those reversions to death. But then they're just adding in more shit people don't want. And I think we are going to see a repeat, not for a while, but eventually Al Mazrah will be a clown fiesta like Caldera ended up being. I think we're a long way away from that, but I bet you it'll happen. So
for sure, 100%. Yeah,
you can quote me now, link me later. But we'll get all the same fucking dog shit. So anyway, cool. However, redeploy drones are cool. I wish we had them at launch. Because here's another thing that's going to happen. This would make the island more playable and fun. So, of course, it won't be in at launch. So people are going to go try Resurgence. They're going to fucking hate it. By the time redeploy drones get added mid-season, maybe it would have been playable enough for them with redeploy drones. But by that point, they're not going back to try it again.
That's the ultimate drip feed right now. They can't even have the drones at the launch of the season. What are we doing?
Yeah, this is pretty crazy and a really big mistake, but cool. I mean, if we'll eventually get them, this is the first good thing I've read so far. So, new combatant. Was this an operator?
No. Read it, buddy. God. You're going to like this one.
Oh, yeah. Okay. New combatant, Rusher. So this is a new type of AI, and they're naming their types of AI now, called a Rusher. This is going to be mid-season for Resurgence. Oh boy. So far, combatants are all about dealing damage from a distance, unless otherwise provoked to swing wildly with the butt of their gun. During Season 2, a new type of combatant joins their ranks to fulfill that extreme CQB role, the Rusher. Oh, great. That's what I want in my FPS game. The Rusher may not have much in terms of health or armor, but what they lack in defense, they make up for in increased agility and a deadly short sword. This adversary also packs a pistol in case a target is unreachable for a melee attack, as well as mini smoke bombs. Oh, that's exact. Fog and mini smoke bombs. That's what we need to use for repositioning. Rushers are meant to be down just as quickly as they sprint, especially in confined and indoor spaces where they are most effective. Expect them to hit the ground running in resurgence mode, with AI only appearing under certain conditions, such as during a data heist.
Okay, so they say that after also talking about the contract earlier, though, which involves being surrounded by AI.
Yes. So maybe we will see them for just randomly, but maybe it's only during the uplink data heist public event thing. That would once again be better than them just existing. But this is really cool and fun and exciting, because I love getting aim punched by AI. I love mini smoke bombs on an already way too foggy map with what looks to be poor visibility in some areas. Let's see. What else do I love about this?
I like how everything so far we've either been like, it's fine, I guess, or this is terrible.
Yep.
Like, when was the last time they added something to the game that we were like, oh my god, this is like great, I'm so glad they did this? That just has yet to happen since the launch of Warzone 2.
Yeah, it's been a while. Yeah, for sure. So this is dog shit, obviously, and I hate it. And what do they add to the game? You know?
And who likes this? Yeah.
Who wants
to have fun with this? Again, this is one of those things that benefits no one. A good player is just going to be annoyed by it. They'd rather fight someone else. And a bad player is probably going to die because they're 65 years old and don't have the reaction time or hearing to even understand what's happening, and then they're going to be getting stabbed in the side of the fucking leg, and then they're going to get their throat sliced open, and they're going to be like, what the fuck just killed me, man? Smile, it was AI, Jerry. So yeah, it benefits literally not a single person.
That's exactly correct. Yeah.
And that's been the story for iDub this whole year. Add things that benefit no one, and only it makes the game the same or worse, does not make anything better for anyone.
Yeah. Yeah, like, why are we spending development resources on new types of AI? Like you said, it's like, who benefits from this? Or who is going to enjoy this? Who's going to play Ashika Island and say or think, I had more fun because rushers exist than if they didn't? I don't think a single person literally will say that. So why add them? Like, why waste all the development time on this? Yeah, you summed it up perfectly. I mean, this is just absurd, but whatever. Just best case scenario, waste of time. That's just typical. So, discover the secrets of Ashika Island is the next part here. So it has its own secrets. Use all of your senses and be curious during resurgence matches. So there's going to be audio cues is what this means. And you may just stumble upon some legendary supply boxes or other items. Okay, cool. DMZ expansion to the island and a new crown faction. So this is kind of things we already knew about. Let's see. So this is going to be a new exclusion zone, Ashika Island. DMZ gets its reset. Yeah, so we've gone over all of this already. So there you go. A couple other cool looking screenshots. Yeah, so following the reset, a new faction known as Crown, available only to MW2 owners, will add additional intrigue alongside a refresh of familiar missions and their rewards, granting operators new permanent unlocks like operator skins and weapon blueprints, which is cool, as well as contraband. Operators will be able to complete missions either back in Al Mazrah, within Building 21 if they have keycard access, or by infiltrating Ashika Island. So it doesn't look like you're going to need a keycard or anything to get to the island. It looks like you just select it, which is cool.
That's good. Yeah, that's very good.
This new map will be central to the experience's continued narrative and other new features like boss hideouts to test even the most seasoned operators. There you go. So a new boss in DMZ, the Bomb Maker, and weapons case on Ashika Island. It's a dope little suppressor. I'm not reading this. The Bomb Maker's location is currently unknown, but Ops will be able to find him somewhere on Ashika Island. So he's on Ashika Island. He holds a new weapons case for Season 2, which contains all new permanent rewards for operators to flaunt within and outside of DMZ. I wonder if one of the new weapons is going to be like the M13, where you have to kill this fucking guy to unlock it.
I
What do
wonder.
you think?
You know what? They'll talk about the new guns later on, so we'll find out about it then.
Yeah, so we'll
I think
find
they
out.
talk about it.
Al Mazrah and Building 21's weapon cases will remain the same for Season 2. So be sure to grab those two if you've not extracted all 13 of those rewards. So those won't become inaccessible. That's, I suppose, good. POI updates in Al Mazrah. Oh, I think you called it, buddy. This is looking hella familiar. Intel from Al Mazrah indicate that a downed aircraft has been spotted north of Syed City with plumes of thick black smoke visible from the summit above the Satik Caves complex. Elsewhere, enemy reinforcements have resulting in a subterranean between multiple points of interest in the north. Also, we are confirming reports of being recommissioned and ready for passengers on the main in the region. Given the amount of existing reconnaissance in this release, this intel will be declassified as part of a tactical overview to be released tomorrow.
Oh. Wait, so being recommissioned ready for passengers on the main blank in the region. That makes it sound like a train or something, but we already have a working train. Is there another set of tracks where a train isn't used or some shit? Are they talking about the chopper? Is that for the Albatross?
You know
the
what
Albatross
this might be?
being recommissioned ready for passengers on the main.
I think this is going to be a new fast travel system like we had in Caldera, those stupid tunnels.
Oh, man.
Little things. I bet you that's what this is.
God, imagine the first thing they add to Al Mazrah is fast travel in a battle royale.
That's kind of what this sounds like, doesn't it?
Yeah, you're kind of right. Because it sounds like it could be the Albatross, but then the last part doesn't make sense. And ready for passengers on the main blank in the region. What would that mean? Because the first part you could...
Enemy reinforcements have something, resulting in a subterranean something between multiple POIs in the north.
Well, those are different things.
Yeah.
That's talking about something else, I think.
Yeah.
Because they're saying, like, there's the change to the... Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, confirming reports of something being recommissioned. So that could be the Albatross, which is the big helicopter for the uninitiated, and ready for passengers on the main blank in the region.
That last part wouldn't make any sense. The main what in the region?
Airport? I don't know. Yeah, I guess we should have done the pod tomorrow. It's weird we're getting another blog post tomorrow. That's annoying.
Yeah, that is.
But yeah, we'll keep you guys posted on that. I don't know. But this screenshot, by the way, looks an awful lot like Afghan.
Yeah, it is. That part is.
It like literally is. Here's that like high point. There's a little cave right here. This is the chopper that you can go into. So yeah, you called this spot on. So good guess there. I mean, I guess that's cool. But yeah, I don't know. If sounds like we might be getting a fast travel system between multiple POIs in the north. That's annoying if true, but we don't know yet. And then reports of something else being recommissioned. I think that could be the big bird and ready for passengers. But yeah, on the main what in the region?
What's going on up in the north too? What's in the north they would be referring to?
That is another good question. I don't know. What is in the north? Let's take a look. Let me pull up the map.
Yeah, I'm looking at a map.
Here's a map of Al Mazrah.
So where does the
north.
Train tracks?
Assuming this is north, which I think it is, because this is an official map.
A subway in downtown or something, maybe? But downtown's not big enough to even warrant anything like that.
And we already have the train. I don't think they would add this. Yeah, the subway system could maybe be the... No, but this is a different thing than the subterranean thing. What is the sentence again? Confirming reports of blank being recommissioned and ready for passengers on the main blank. Oh, wait, no. Enemy resulting in a subterranean blank between multiple POIs in the north. So yeah, maybe a fast travel system for the north, and then at the airport, we get the recommissioned big helicopters, which would cover the south part of the map. So they might be thinking as devs, that covers fast travel for the north half and the south half. In the north, you can use the fast travel. In the south, you can use the big helicopters again. Maybe. I don't know.
Really weird. I don't know. That doesn't sound right. I just have no idea. It'll be something that we don't guess anyways, so.
Yeah, and they're going to talk
about it. It'll be something that
tomorrow.
Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, they're going to talk about it tomorrow, so we will talk about this next week at the latest in our next episode. But I am very curious to see what exactly those things mean. So anyway, let's move on. MW 2 overview. So this is like multiplayer stuff. Ranked play is coming out. Built off previous iterations, MW 2 Ranked offers plenty of rewards and bragging rights. 2 core maps and 2 battle maps. We talked about those a little bit in the roadmap overview we just did. And a half dozen modes, which we also talked about. Also the return of hardcore. So get ready for ranked play. So we have a look here. Some of the ranked play operator skins. What are your thoughts on these?
The hoodie idea is cool. I don't like that it's white though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure there will be different colors of that. But that's miserable itself. And then they have like little armbands. Kind of cute. Wonder if you earn those armbands. I think you do.
I wonder if your armband dynamically changes based on your rank. That would be really cool.
Yeah, because look at the second screenshot down as well. Maybe it talks about it here.
Oh, yeah. So they do change. Whoa.
But that's another... that's another hoodie,
skin.
Though.
Yeah, and a different goggles. So this is just a different skin, actually. That armband does look like
the goggles are the same.
No, they're not. They're different. They're a different color. And there's no text
the whole
on
hoodie's a different color. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's a different skin is what I mean. It's not like, yeah. That doesn't preclude the idea that you can change an armband on a skin, but we don't know yet.
Yeah.
But yeah, the hoodie looks cool. I wish it wasn't white, but that's dope looking. Anyway, here we go. Those who claim to be the best in multiplayer will have to prove it in ranked, a new multiplayer experience built in collaboration with Treyarch and the CDL. This feature-packed, standalone, competitive multiplayer mode uses CDL-approved rules, restrictions, maps, and modes, all while rewarding players with exclusive items and visible skill ranks to show off with pride. 7 skill divisions, all the way up to the top 250, where your name will be displayed on a special top 250 leaderboard. And we kind of knew the rest of this already. Earn skill divisions based on your highest rank, blah, blah, blah. Unique rewards given out each season. So yeah, that's very cool. Kind of a continuation of the Vanguard rank system, which was well received. That is good. Here we see another little fucking gun here. So, this is an AUG actually. Never mind.
Yeah, it's just an AUG.
As you fight to increase that skill rating, you'll climb through a set of ranked play ranks 1 through 50. This does not reset with each season. Okay. Every win grants a star toward this rank system, and every 5 ranks awards a new operator skin. That's pretty cool. Plus, complete seasonal win challenges over the course of each ranked season and earn even more cosmetic rewards to represent your dedication to this competitive arena. Stay tuned for a dedicated blog detailing these rewards, the ranking system, and more. So we will keep you guys posted on that as well. Hopefully we'll have that by next week also. The ranked play ranks, as we suspected, because they have talked a little bit about this, and they weren't super clear on what it was, but we were guessing this is going to be just like how much you've played versus how good you are. So this is the rating, your ranked play rank. If you have rank 50, you could be in the bronze skill rating and still get rank 50, because all you need to do is get stars, and stars are earned with winning. So I can win one game, lose 10, win another game, lose 10, and then it would take me 555 or what times 5, a lot of ranked play wins to get rank 50. but you can get rank 50, and this is independent of your skill rating. Obviously, you're going to get ranked play rank 50 faster if you're a high skill rating, because that means you're winning a lot.
Wait, does it say that means wins?
As you fight to increase your skill
every
rating.
win grants a star towards this rank system. Oh, okay.
Yeah, and you don't lose stars.
Okay.
At least they haven't said so. So that means you're always going to be grinding ranked play ranks with every win, irrespective of how many losses you have, because you won't lose a star on a loss. So your skill rating is going to be like your actual elo that rises and drops. Your ranked play rank is just, it doesn't reset with each season, and you can't lose rank. So they're like two separate kind of things. So they had this in Halo, actually, Halo 3. They had your ranked play rank, which would go up and down, but then they also had like your player like level, basically, which just always climbed up. So this is cool. I like this. And it shows your dedication rather than your skill. And I think this is also a very good way to appease casual players, or not even casual players, but mediocre ranked play players, because it'll give people who are never going to get a high rating a reason to continue to play ranked play, because even though their rating, they can't get out of silver, they're still grinding the ranked play rank with the stars. I think that's cool. I think that's a good idea.
I like that too.
This. I like this a lot.
Yeah, this sounds like a good system. I'm excited for this, actually.
Yeah. So yeah, once again, they're going to have another ranked play blog coming soon, and we will cover that when it comes out. So 4 maps for multiplayer at launch. Next, core mode and ground war operators. Get ready to deploy to more locales. Okay. So we're getting Dome again. I have really nothing to say on this. Oh, it's located at the highest point in Al Mazrah. Yeah. So this is going to be observatory, but a 6s mode. So there you go.
Yeah.
Zaya Observatory, the battle map. Okay, so here we get a look at one of the spawn points for ground war, or at least maybe not a spawn point, but a playable area for sure. This is right by observatory. I think this is going to be one of the better ground war maps, actually.
Yeah, you know, the more I think about it, the more I look at the screenshot, I think you're right. I was thinking in terms of MW19 ground war maps, this would be bad, but compared to the maps we have now, I think this will be good. You're right, because it won't just be everyone on rooftop sniping.
Exactly.
Like, just looking at this screenshot right here just goes to show you, like, oh, there will be actual close quarters fighting in this, so that is good. Probably won't be a good map at all, but it'll be much better than what we have, said city.
I think this will be the best ground war
Bay.
map we have in the game. Yeah,
Probably, yeah.
Which, like you said, speaks to the sad state of ground war in MW2, the maps. So there you go. They say a bunch of things about it. Doesn't matter. Al Malik International is going to be another battle map, ground war map. This is not a helpful screenshot. Oh wait, I know where we are. Okay. So there's that like tower on like the very edge. That tower is like right here.
I mean, it's the worst screenshot they could have posted for a map, yeah.
Yeah. That screenshot's like right here. That tower, rather. So they are like right here or something. Is what it looks like. This seems kind of miserable. And if you guys look at airport, I mean, there's a fucking runway. Not too much cover there. And if this part of the map is playable, I wonder what part of airport. Probably the whole fucking POI is playable, I guess. So it could be fun fighting on the rooftops and like in the buildings at airport, but it's a lot harder for me to predict whether or not this will be fun.
This version of this locale comprises of the tarmac and main airport building. Yeah, so it's all of it. Take hold in all the familiar spaces inside the terminal or on the roof. Blah blah. Vehicles can use the runway. Oh yeah, similar to Zaya Observatory map. Not much is different in this battle map, and the point of interest within the Battle Royale or DMZ. So yeah, it's just completely cut and pasted in there. It sounds like no other changes.
Which is what we kind of expected.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's hard for me to say whether or not this will be good. And I feel kind of the same way about Observatory, or about this, as I do about Observatory. I think this is going to be one of the better ground war maps by MW2 standards. But I don't think this is going to be a very good ground war map. I think this Observatory ground war map actually will play pretty fucking well, even by MW 2019 ground war standards. I think it's has the makings for a good design for a ground war map. Airport, probably not. It's probably going to be okay, but this is still, I think, actually probably going to be the second best ground war map in MW2 when Season 2 launches. Because that's just how bad all the launch maps are.
Airport will be everyone mounted somewhere in the long sight lines inside of the airport, I think, and just laying prone and shit, just watching long sight lines. I think that'll be pretty much the entire experience. And Observatory, also, vehicles won't be that strong. Same for Airport, too. If you're inside the airport, you can avoid vehicles, which is great for both of these things.
Yeah. Yeah, true.
So, yeah, for sure, these will probably be better than almost any launch ground war map, actually, yeah.
Yeah. Yep. And then here's Observatory. Yeah. So that's interesting. We will see. Once again, unfortunately, I don't even know if I'll ever try these because I would have to sift through Seraph Bay and all the other fucking trash ground war maps to get a chance at getting this, but it's a start. So there you go. Yeah. Next is Valdera's Museum. This is going to be, they say nothing about it because there isn't much to say about it.
Yeah.
This was the museum map that was playable in the beta, but did not come out at launch. They're going to release it. It's a middling map. I don't really care. I don't think this is going to add to multiplayer. It's not the worst map in sixes, probably, but it's not going to be the best one either.
Yeah. Agreed. It'll be fine. Breaking news, guys. Manscaped now sells beard products. That is right. They are once again revolutionizing men's grooming with their brand new Beard Hedger Pro Kit. From a beard trim to a fresh shave, the technology behind the Beard Hedger Pro Kit allows you to shape your signature beard look. Now you can finally use Manscaped products to make your drapes match your carpet. Go to manscaped.com, use code Dropshot for 20% off and also free shipping. It's time to tame your mane, guys. No one likes a weird beard. Say goodbye to all that ugly stubble and trouble with Manscaped's Pro Beard Kit. It all starts with the Beard Hedger. This thing is a juggernaut of fixing faces. It has a rotary wheel that gives you 20 cutting hair lengths all in one guard. No more drawers full of messy add-ons. 20 different beard lengths in one guard. It's waterproof. Use in the shower. Avoid all that hair in your little sink. The titanium-coated T-blade is tough on hair but smooth on your face, leading to a single stroke efficiency. I know you guys love that single stroke. It brings satisfaction one single stroke at a time. The Pro Kit doesn't end there, though. They have created 4 dermatologist-tested formulations for your post-trim care. First, there's the beard shampoo and conditioner. You need to remember that your hair on your little head is different than your beard hair. Your beard is more coarse, easier to damage than the hair on your head. That's why the kit has made shampoo and conditioner specifically designed to moisturize, reduce ingrown hairs, replace natural oils, and promote beard health. The kit has beard oil, an essential piece for your main facial accessory. No one wants a guy whose beard is brittle and dry. The oil relieves dryness both on the beard and the skin beneath, while adding a little shimmer and shine, making it look extra fine. Cap it off with the beard balm. Shapes, styles, moisturizes, and tames for an excellent sculpted look to attract anyone. The Pro Beard Kit also comes with 3 free gifts: a beard brush, a comb, scissors, to ensure your beard is ready to impress. Get 20% off free shipping. Go to Manscaped or Dropshot at manscaped.com. That's 20% off free shipping. Go to manscaped.com. Use code Dropshot. Manscaped Beard Hedger. 1 stroke, 1 guard, 20 links.
All right, moving on here. Infected gun game headline returning modes. Hire competent people, Activision. MW2 multiplayer is getting a bunch of modes, blah, blah, blah. So we're getting Infected at launch of Season 2. That's cool. That's fucking the first thing we're getting at launch. That's good. So Infected is fun. It's an 18-person lobby. That's a lot, actually, for customs. That's cool. Jump into this game in mode with friends or make some of your own in the 18-person lobby. So that'll be cool for a little customs.
Yeah, it sounds fun.
Gun game we're getting at launch as well. So another classic party mode. You get a kill with a gun, and then it turns into another one. There you go. Grind at launch. So this game mode's actually really good for using score streaks. If you wanted to farm in multiplayer. Oh, my OBS fucking so dog shit. Such dog shit trash. But grind is the mode where there's like every time you kill someone or die, you drop a tag or they drop a tag, and you collect a bunch of tags, and you can store like up to 10 on your character. And if you die while holding 10 tags, you will drop 11. And the goal is to pick up a bunch of tags and then deposit them in one of two little like hard points, static ones, where if you stand in them, you deposit the tags and you earn score for your team. That's how you earn score. You could fucking farm score streaks in MW 19 in this game mode by just picking up tags, depositing a bunch, and in like 2 seconds, you'll have like all your streaks. It's pretty gross.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's the game mode. It's kind of fun.
That's a pretty fun mode, yeah.
There you go. Hardcore will be in at launch. The hardcore playlist will return in place of the tier 1 playlist. There you go. It's going to be normal ass hardcore. Why did we make tier 1 in the first place? And then Drop Zone, a miserable game mode where this was originally an MW, I guess an MW 3. I don't remember ever playing it then, probably because even then I knew it was a fucking stupid idea. Drop Zone sends a care package down into an occupied drop zone area every 15 seconds. So there's a fuck ton of care packages coming in. Streak spam, launcher spam, it's fucking miserable. But it was really good in MW 19 for leveling launchers because there were so many care package helicopters you could shoot down super easily. So if you're still working on that, maybe you want to play this mode. All or Nothing will be coming mid-season. I don't know what this is. With only throwing knives and a pistol with no ammo, can you rack up 20 kills to win this special free-for-all party game mode? Every operator gets additional perks, starting with Scavenger, which allows for ammo pickups after the first elimination. I see. And then one in the chamber. We're also getting mid-season. So there you go. Raid Episode 2 is coming mid-season. So this answered your question, Tanner.
Oh, yep.
We are, in fact, getting another raid. This is a guy in a little fucking, I don't know what this is, corridor, underground somewhere.
That's the underground, that's the decommissioned underground bunker, probably, man.
It's possible, yeah. Adam Grad was just the beginning. Price Far and Gaz will be back later in Season 2 with Episode 2 of The Raid, a continuation of the campaign. Prepare to squad up for whatever gauntlet lies ahead, even if it means finding unlikely allies to help tie up those loose ends. So this is alluding to some kind of lore that I don't understand, but there you go. And then general overview. Path of the Ronin season challenges. Complete challenges in Warzone and MW2 to earn rewards, including a new functional weapon, as opposed to a new defunct weapon. What does that mean? Got it. Ronin returns with an arsenal. Vanquish your opponents, so it's the Ronin operator. Cool. New personal watercraft vehicle, the jet ski, which we'll get into. So Walk the Path of the Ronin launch event. So we have a dope little operator skin here. Real edgelord. The beginning of the season, the Path of Ronin challenges will present operators with 7 challenges to be completed in Warzone and MW2 based on the 7 virtues of Bushido. Okay. Oh, cool. Boy. Integrity, respect, courage, honor, compassion, sincerity, and loyalty. I doubt the missions have anything to do with these things, but okay. Each challenge comes with a reward for completion, such as a gun screen or a weapon charm. Goodie. And if you do all 7, you get the crossbow. So
yes, can't wait to do that. Let's go, baby.
Awesome.
Woo!
So there's going to be 5 new weapons, 3 of which will be in the battle pass. And let's get into them. First, ISO Hemlock Assault Rifle, ISO platform. This is going to be on launch in the battle pass. Here's a picture of it. I don't know what this looks like.
A gun, yeah, I don't know. Nothing
looks like
really.
A gun. A powerful and enhanced rifle from Expedite Firearms is designed to take both 5.56 and Subsonic's 300 BLK ammo, providing battlefield advantage in any situation. And this is free in the Season 2 Battle Pass. So they don't say anything about it. It's going to be fine. It doesn't look like it's going to be very good at anything. It looks very nondescript to me. It's another
They'll tell us about
5.56.
it when the Season 2 launches and talk about it, yeah.
Yeah, so whatever. Nothing to get excited about there. KV Broadside Shotgun, the cast-off platform. Launch Battle Pass. So yeah, this looks like a Saiga. Bringing the power of the 12 gauge to the cast-off platform, the KV Broadside is the fastest firing semi-auto firearm in the shotgun class. Destroys targets at close range with impunity, and this is also free in the battle pass. What do you think about this, Tanner?
I'm sure it'll be good in multiplayer, not good in Warzone. It'll be fine in multiplayer.
Yeah, this is going to be the only way to balance a semi-auto shotgun is to give it terrible range. So yeah, this will be fine in multi, but even then not very good, and then miserable in Warzone, hopefully.
Yeah, its max damage range will be like 2 meters.
Yeah, so there you go. Melee weapons, which on principle I'm not talking about. Crossbow, marksman rifle category. Launch window. Silent and Agile. This high-performance crossbow fires bolts. Exclusive customization, functionality, and unique ammo types put this weapon in a class of its own. So this is going to be like the crossbow from MW19. You can probably put like thermite bolts and explosive bolts and other dumb shit like that. Standard 20-inch bolts are recoverable and are undetected by trophies. And if you unlock all 7 Path of the Ronin event challenges or purchase via store bundle, you can unlock the crossbow, which is a meme, and I don't know why they waste time adding these to Call of Duty games, but there you go. Also expect the new marksman rifle, the Tempest Torrent, to be available mid-season, as well as a new lethal equipment the Shuriken. So that's a ninja star, so it's going to be a throwing knife reskinned, which is kind of cool, actually. I would use this over a throwing knife for sure. A Shuriken. Fucking ninja stars, man. It's pretty cool.
So, how many weapons is that? 1, 2, 3, 4. So those 4. So they had said at the beginning 5 new weapons, 3 are in the battle pass. So the marksman rifle will have some sort of unlock challenge for it then. I wonder if they do something like the DMZ
maybe.
only.
Yeah.
But the bomb maker was in at launch, wasn't he? Or was that mid-season?
Oh, that's a good question.
If that's mid-season,
yeah, it's gonna be some
it sounds like he's there on
challenge.
launch. Okay, yeah, so it's just an in-game challenge to unlock that. Hopefully nothing DMZ specific again.
Yeah. So, yeah, the new marksman rifle is actually the only gun that is somewhat intriguing to me in this entire launch, because this AR is going to be just an AR, almost certainly. It's not specialized for anything. Doesn't seem like it's going to be very good or bad at anything. It's just going to be a full auto AR, which is fine, but we have enough of those. Don't need another one.
Well, it takes 300 blackout. That's what the Chimera is, right?
Yes, I
so
believe
it's probably
it
gonna
is.
be better. It's probably gonna be like a closer range SMG, or you can, AR, but you can build it that way. Yeah.
Yeah, which maybe we need to, but probably not. Of those, but a new marksman rifle is kind of interesting. The Tempest Torrent. There was experimentation in Warzone with some DMRs that ultimately people stopped using, and I don't think we'll ever go back to that. But for multiplayer, DMRs are pretty fun. So if this is like a semi-auto gun, this could be interesting, but nothing groundbreaking. This is the only thing that even kind of interests me, but there you go. Next, new personal watercraft vehicle. So there are jet skis now. Consider the PWC the ATV of the sea. Yeah, it's just going to be like small and fast. So that'll be fun to drive around in, I guess. And then we're getting the Ronin operator to come back. He looks dope. Cool. Sony Combat Pack available. Launch window. Weird. So yeah, some PlayStation exclusive dog shit. Their own Samurai Descendant. So they get it like an operator skin, a dope looking one too. And some other like bundles and shit. And then Prestige. This is interesting. Have we heard about this yet? I feel like we did a little bit.
Yeah, how it just keeps going up. Yeah, we already knew all that.
Prestige, level up to rank 500. So we have an example of some Prestige emblems here. They look like emblems. Time to put those tokes to good use. At the start of Season 2, the Prestige rank cap will be increased to Prestige 10, with the level cap increased to 500. Specifically, players can unlock the following new Prestige ranks, which comes with a new icon beside their name. So Prestige 10 at level 500 is when that unlocks, and this is the max level that can be achieved in Season 2. And then again, each Prestige rank also unlocks a new set of challenges that are kind of dog shit, as we've discussed. New calling cards, new animated calling cards, etc. As stated previously, all progress will not reset at the beginning of each season. Players will continue ranking up at the level they ended Season 1 at, whether it was before the Prestige ranks or within the Prestige ranks. So there you go. Don't lose any progress. Not everyone's going to be level 55 on launch, which I think is overall a better system. That's cool, but not a huge deal. Combat record leaderboard update. Oh boy, here we go. So there was some tumult on the TL about this. Warzone 2 combat records will come online as part of Season 2. So I don't know if that means launch or not. The stats present in the Warzone 2 combat record will only be from the activation date forward and will not include stats from Season 1. So this implies, first of all, we're actually not going to get combat records on day one. Because otherwise they would say the stats present in the Warzone 2 combat record will be available from the launch of Season 2 onward. But they say from the activation date.
Yeah, yep.
So I bet we're not even getting the leaderboard on launch, which is insane, again.
It's probably coming like a week or two into it, or a few days or something.
Yeah. And it won't include stats from Season 1 or anything from before it goes live. So some people are malding about this on the TL. And I kind of get that, but I don't know. What do you think? You pissed about it?
The leader? I mean,
should people be pissed about it?
Yeah, you should have been mad 3 months ago, but it's like, yeah, they already told us it's not going to work from here on out, or it's not going to take into effect Season 1, so it's just not even surprising anymore. It's a joke we didn't get them on launch, of course, and that they didn't say anything, like it wouldn't retroactively track until later, but
yeah.
You know, those people that were complaining would have still been grinding out wins either way.
I agree. And their stats are going to be even better now because they've practiced so much.
Wag just tweeted he hit 1,000 BR wins, and you know that because there's like a little emblem you can put on your gun for like 1,000 BR. They call them extractions, I think.
Oh.
So like he just hit 1,000.
And this is a point you had made a while ago. The fact that exists means they are tracking stats. Yes. They just won't show them, which is weird.
Yeah. So, and that comes back to, so why are they not showing them? And early on there, I remember even people in our chat were saying things like, it's probably because servers crashing would tank people's, like, give them an extra loss or something when they lag out, they crash, etc. A bunch of things like that, which makes a lot of sense because there were so many issues on launch. There still are issues. Yeah. I mean, we were just watching Symphony in the pre-show of this. We were watching him for 30 seconds and his server crashed. It's like
some engine owning kid probably pressed
it probably was. It really probably was some kid stream sniping them, because who was he playing with? Like Cloaksy, other people. I mean, it was a whole group of them. So they probably were getting stream snipe. Engine owning server crash. So yeah.
Sick game.
So that could be why they aren't putting in the Season 1 stats, because people's stats would just not be accurate because they crashed so many times.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think it's too big of a deal that it doesn't apply retroactively, but I do understand why some people who grind out wins are mad about that. But those types of people are going to be ahead once the leaderboard does go live, so I don't know. Anyway. And they already knew this was going to be the case because they said it earlier, yeah. So for additional updates, be sure to check the patch notes. Oh, also, leaderboards for MW2 multiplayer will be online as part of Season 2 as well. So we're not getting leaderboards on launch, but we're hopefully getting them before Season 2 Reloaded. That's what they're kind of making it sound like. But I think they're also giving themselves cushion to wait until Season 2 Reloaded, in fact.
Yeah, because they don't ever say at the start of Season 2. They just keep saying Season 2.
Yeah, so there you go. Out of combat.
Imagine like your wins not counting the first 7 days and then they start tracking after in Season 2. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, just fantastic.
Holy fuck.
Anyway, next section, out of combat overview. Get your patch notes here. So, okay. The Call of Duty shop is restocked. Okay. Okay. Centralized patch notes. Oh, this is interesting. To better serve the global COD community, patch notes will also be available on callofduty.com at callofduty.com/patch notes starting on February 15th and localized in all languages that this blog is available in.
Oh,
this
nice.
includes a bunch of languages I don't speak. That's actually really helpful for us.
Yeah.
Because it was very annoying having to go to Raven, Sledgehammer, and I guess that was it for last year. To get patch notes. Having them be consolidated is very cool. Now, right now, it's a dead link, so that's awesome. But this will begin to work, so that's cool. But that's just mainly good for us. These patch notes will be available for every major update. Major update. Big fucking...
Yeah, what does that mean?
Point. It means they don't want to do patch notes for every patch, which is...
If they're not putting every patch
note
note in there, then this website just shouldn't exist. Because then we're gonna be using it and be like, oh, where are the patch notes from this? And it's like, oh, Raven put out tiny patch notes for what they changed yesterday, the bugs they fixed, and that is not on the official Call of Duty patch note link. So we'll see. It certainly makes it sound like it's going to be patch notes for the season and the season reloaded, and that's it.
Yeah, that is what this sounds like. So there you go. Anyway, whatever. Information on emergency updates will either be added onto existing notes on this platform or on either iDubbbz social media channels for MW2 and Warzone 2's DMZ. Okay, yeah, or Raven Software's social media channels. So yeah, just exactly like you just said.
Link is useless, yeah. Okay.
Exactly like you just said, yeah. So that's very cool. Yeah, that's dog shit. So as always, you can view patch notes in game by visiting the quick menu. I don't think that has ever been reliably true, by the way, but there you go. New arrivals at the COD shop. Time for new loadouts. There we go. Okay.
That's it.
Yeah. So they're selling their own Control Freak ripoffs. There you go. I mean, they should have been doing this sooner. It's kind of cool, but whatever. Yeah, and then this, we've already gone over all of this stuff. And that's it. Yeah, that's the blog post. So Tanner, overall thoughts on this blog post? Forge your path in Season 2. Are you excited to forge your path in Season 2?
Let down so far. I was excited until I saw this blog post, actually. Half of the shit we talked about today, too, is not even in there on launch. Yeah, like, actually, the majority of the new things they're coming mid-season. And it's like multiplayer, nothing new, not a single new map, a bunch of dog shit modes that one guy tweets at Infinity Ward and they retweet and say, Infected, coming Season 2. It's like, hey, there's no way gun game, grind, drop zone, all or nothing, one in the chamber. There's not a single chance that any of those game modes were more popular than Gunfight in MW19, and yet we still haven't seen Gunfight.
I bet you.
How do we go from having Gunfight tournaments? Yeah, probably, actually. How do we go from having Gunfight tournaments to just not even having the mode in Season 2 of the next iteration of the game they make?
Yep. Yeah, I think here's my theory, which is what I've been talking about. Gunfight, I bet you, was originally planned for Season 2 at the latest, but because they had to spend so much time reverting all their dog shit, making it a 1v1 gulag instead, changing it to an overtime flag instead. All the other things they're rolling back, changing the loadouts, changing customizable perks back. Because they had to spend so much development time doing things they should have done from the get-go that everyone told them they should have done from the get-go, they don't have time anymore to do things they originally intended to do on launch of Season 2, such as Gunfight. They probably expected to have been working on the maps for Gunfight and finishing them up, and they were expecting them to launch on Season 2, but because they had to backtrack so much for Warzone, they now don't have time. And that's why this blog post is such a letdown. You're right.
And that's why everything's recycled. Yeah, we're getting nothing new, pretty much. We're getting the new Ashika Island, which sounded exciting until now we realize there are 15 different ways that AI can appear on the map. So
yes, exactly.
And then, but we have redeploy balloons. Oh, no, we don't. They're not there on launch.
The only actual new thing that I'm excited for, I'm still excited to play the new map. Don't get me wrong. I want to see how it looks, how it plays. It's new content. That'll be fun to fuck around in. And
yeah,
maybe by some cosmic alignment, it'll actually be fun. We'll see. But besides that and the redeploy balloons, I'm not excited about anything else in Season 2. Not the weapons, not the game modes, not the maps. I mean, nothing. This is the least new content for a brand new season. Season 2, by the way, which is early in the life cycle of a 2-year supposedly game, which they're walking back now, I think. I don't know. We'll get into that maybe at some point. That's not a good sign at all. And again, this is all a casual. Season 2 is a casualty of their mistakes when they launched Warzone 2 with a bunch of shit no one asked for that they are now being forced to roll back. It's a shame. But I mean, I told you so last week and the week before. But this is a disaster. So yeah, I don't know. Hopefully there's more. I mean, maybe the weapon balance is really good. That could help a lot for Al Mazrah. But Al Mazrah is not going to look much different in Season 2. And hopefully...
It's a flash crane or airplane.
Yeah, and then I guess tomorrow we're also going to learn about those 2 redacted things in that blog post tomorrow. Whatever's happening on the north and south side, or the north side of the island. The what I think is going to be a fast travel system, and then the other thing that's getting recommissioned. So, I mean, maybe that's going to change things up a lot. I very strongly doubt it, though. So, yeah, not good. My impressions are not good. This is not good.
At all. No, this sounds like a major letdown of a season already.
And here's the thing, like, even if, like, some of these changes, well, a lot of the things they're adding to Ashika Island are just bad. As far as Al Mazrah is concerned, maybe the things that are going to be added, which we're going to learn about in tomorrow's blog post, are, like, fine. But none of this gets me excited to play when Season 2 comes out. And that's the biggest problem, because even though the game is going to be better when Season 2 launches, Al Mazrah, than it is now, because of the loadout changes, the gulag changes, etc., the plate armor vest changes, being able to move faster while plating. Those are all good changes, and Warzone's going to be more fun on Season 2 launch, almost certainly, than it is now. But none of that excites me and makes me want to, like, play Season 2. Like, oh, fuck, this is going to be really fun. Nothing like that. And that's what Call of Duty needs really bad right now. Because they have lost so many players, and just them saying, hey, we fixed the game, I don't think it's going to get people excited enough to actually come back. So, you know, I don't know, man. Season 2 Reloaded is going to have to be really fucking strong, in my opinion. But we'll see.
Yep.
And hopefully tomorrow's blog post clears some things up. So, anyway. What do we got next here, Tanner Dropshot?
Next up. Oh, we had talked about this a while ago about the map. So Remember the rumors of there would be some sort of DLC coming in 2023, and there were the rumors of like the map packs, and we talked about it.
Yes.
And we had said at one point, okay, if we hit season 2 or 3 and there are none of these like rumored maps, then we're absolutely getting them all in some map pack. Hey, again, it's really fucking leaning that way, bud.
Yeah.
We get Dome, which we just had in Vanguard, and that's it. We're getting nothing. We're getting no maps. I think they're doing it. I think the full release this year, which we'll talk about in a minute, is going to be that fucking DLC shit map pack, which is, hey, here's what's going to happen. Quote me now, clip it now, link it later when it happens. It's going to sell well. Everyone will be like, oh, this is dope. Like Terminal, High Rise, all of these maps. This is so fun. There's like 15 old school maps, like remastered. It's going to be other shit in there remastered. Some other dog shit to sell the fuck out of the game. All the COD creators will be like, this is so much fun. They're going to play it for 3 days. It will die off. But Activision at that point already sold so many copies going into their next shareholder meeting. They'll tell everyone how well they did, how much money they made, how many copies they sold, how many concurrent players there were for 24 hours, and then not talk about how many concurrent players there were the next day and then the next day after. And then it's the rinse and repeat cycle. And that's just what we're going to keep seeing. I think this does almost confirm at this point we're getting some sort of a map DLC this year, because these are just like, we're getting nothing. We're getting fucking nothing in multiplayer.
Yeah, actually true. And even the ground war maps are just reskin Al Mazrah.
The biggest thing we're getting in multiplayer is rank play, which IDub has fucking nothing to do with. That's all Treyarch doing.
Yeah, so
it's like, what did IDub do? What did IDub put into the game in season 2? Nothing. Old game modes and old maps and nothing else. And then they're going to release some dog shit DLC this year, hype it up, act like they're the best people ever. You know, people, Tim the Tapman will jerk them off and come all over their faces. And then no one will care a week later. It's incredible.
I think that is a good theory, and it is indeed looking more like that. Why re-release Dome again when they released it fucking a month ago in Vanguard? And then what was the other one? A beta map, which we should have had the whole time. I wonder if they could have added Museum back like 2 months ago, but they said, let's just hold it for season 2 so it looks like more new content. I bet you that's very much in the cards. I bet you that is what happened, in fact. And then the question is the premium shit gonna be a DLC multiplayer map pack? Here's my thing about that. If that is in fact the case, I think it's going to sell well, but I think only people who are playing Warzone /DMZ/multiplayer will buy it. And I don't think it's going to bring anyone back who's already given up on COD with this release.
It'll have something else in there. It'll have some sort of remastered campaign. It'll have some sort of little remastered multiplayer of some sort. There will be something else besides the map.
We already got MW2 campaign remastered, so it wouldn't be that.
People have been wanting MW2 multiplayer remastered. They could bundle that in there.
Yeah. That would get people who gave up to come back, for sure. But if it was only maps,
then they'll realize the game is actually terrible in today's age.
Not fun. Yeah, true. Yeah. I'll buy it and play it. Don't get me wrong.
Of course, yeah.
But yeah, we will get scammed. Like you said, people will play it for 3 days and then that's it. But by then they've gotten their check.
Yep. So they got their money for the year.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's hardly a consolation to those of us who are like fans of the franchise who want things with some longevity. Because MW2 multiplayer remastered will have no longevity. For the vast majority of people. Like you said.
Yeah.
People have nostalgia boners about it.
Yeah.
It's miserable. I mean, Akimbo model 1887's miserable. Like Scavenger where you can pick up claymores, miserable. I mean, it won't be fun at all. Or it will be for, like 3 days, and then it'll be like, okay, I'm done. TTK is insane in that game too. Anyway, I don't know. We'll see what
it'll
they do.
Sell for sure. Yeah,
it will sell a lot, but here's the problem they're going to run into if they take that route. After 3 days, people are going to leave again, and then they won't have a player base to sell micro bundles to, and then their wallets are going to hurt. And I don't know if they realize that. I don't know if they're thinking about that, you know?
Yep.
Hard to say. But yeah, that does make it look more likely for sure.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Moving on here. Oh, by the way, Call of Duty did actually tweet something out, and they said the Warzone 2 combat records will be available beginning at Season 2 launch, and will begin tracking from that activation date for it. So they kind of, they did confirm that on the TL actually.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. And then moving on, let's talk about how much people love MW2, which comes down to the money, right? This is all from Charlie Intel. Activision Blizzard generated $1.82 billion in revenue from microtransactions in Q4 of 2022.
Jesus.
A total of $5.38 billion last year from microtransactions.
Yep. That's a lot. That's a lot. That's their business model, but they require a player base to make all that money on microtransactions. So keep that in mind. Anyway,
Activision Publishing made $1.85 billion in net revenue in Q4, thanks to MW2 and Warzone 2. That is almost $700 million more than the previous Q4 of 2021.
Wow.
They made almost $700 million. So that's what they're saying. Oh, hey, great job, Infinity Ward. Great job, Joe Seacott, Pat Kelly. You guys are doing an excellent job over there, because they're selling the game. Again, that's all it comes down to. Look at all the money they made the company. They don't give a shit what state the game is in. It sounds so cliche and dumb, like, oh, Activision doesn't care. They really don't. They made $700 million more. You think they fucking care that people are complaining about the game right now? They don't give a shit. They made so much money. Joe Seacott in Bobby Kotick's eyes is the perfect person to lead a studio.
Yeah. Look
at all that money he made them. These are why these people have jobs, because they make them so much goddamn cash, and that will never change.
Yeah. And this is a problem we've talked about quite a bit, actually, is that we can bitch and moan all we want about MW2 and how it should have had this and that and shouldn't have had that and the other thing, but if they're making fucking $2 billion, then why would they ever change what they're doing? Now, the only saving grace, however, is a significant, maybe the bulk of the revenue that Activision makes from COD is in microtransactions. And what would be good about that is that does require a player base constantly. And that means they will have to keep players happy to keep players playing the fucking game. So on that alone, they are going to want to improve the game and make it fun for people. And this is obvious. That's why they're reverting all the shit they changed with Season 2. The gulag, the vests, the movement, etc. Because fortunately, to make as much money as they're making on microtransactions, they need people to be playing the game. And to get people to play the game, they're going to actually have to listen to their player base, as much as iDub fucking hates doing that. So there is the one silver lining here. But the incentive to make players happy is a lot less when they're pushing this much in box sales. So, something to think about, but they still do care tremendously about player base, which does come down to keeping players happy, because that still does contribute significantly to their bottom line. We should be happy about that.
Yeah.
But, who knows? Anyway.
Yeah. Next thing, they said that Modern Warfare 2 is the best-selling Q4 launch quarter in the franchise's history. That's pretty much, they say that every year.
Yeah, actually.
They sell the most copies. Activision's monthly users was 111 million in Q4 2022. It's the highest in over a year.
Yeah, that's... I mean, Vanguard didn't do well, so that's no surprise at all.
Yeah, moving on here. The highest opening quarter sell-through in franchise history, blah, blah. Warzone and DMZ contributed to a strong year-over-year increase, blah, blah. Fourth quarter COD mobile net bookings grew double digits year-over-year with a new quarterly record. Blah, blah. Okay, and then moving on. Exciting one.
Okay.
Activision says, again, this is all from Charlie Intel. Activision says there is a full annual premium release in the Call of Duty franchise launching this fall. Says, like, across Call of Duty franchise, our teams are working to amplify the success of the fourth quarter with 2023 plans, including even more engaging live services across platforms and the next full annual premium release in the Blockbuster series. So they said that, right?
Yes.
That's what they say. Charlie Intel responded to one of the tweets and they said, this is not a Treyarch game. Then they go on to say, Bloomberg reported last year this fall's title would be an expansion to MW2 from Sledgehammer, but Activision keeps calling this fall's release a full annual premium release. And then, Charlie Intel was kind of responding to some people on Twitter. Someone was like, they're just very picky with their wording. Charlie Intel obviously knows. They said, whenever it gets announced, it'll make sense. I ain't explaining more than this for now.
Oh, so yeah, Charlie Intel is in the know. Yeah.
Yeah. And then they go back to, because people kept tagging the Jason Schreier guy, who is the one that kept reporting it was some sort of DLC pack. He again said, it's not unfeasible to add content to something that started off as an expansion and sell it for $60 to $70, which would be a full premium release. Either way, the point is that it's a continuation of MW2. That's what he is still claiming this is. Again, Jason Schreier is a big writer for New York Times?
Bloomberg.
Gaming? Bloomberg. Yeah, Bloomberg. And he said, see you again at the May earnings call. So he's still holding on to that. Just the way that like Charlie Intel tweets at this, how they keep pointing out like, oh, Bloomberg has said this, kind of makes it sound like they're saying all this because he now knows Bloomberg is wrong, actually. And he just wants to be like, okay, yeah, it'll all make sense later.
Yeah. I wonder what Charlie Intel knows. I wonder what it is.
Yeah. And so full premium release could make it sound like it's a DLC, but the fact that they say the next full annual premium release in the Blockbuster series, that makes it sound like a full-blown new video game.
That makes it sound like a full-ass game to me.
That makes it, that wording makes it sound like it's a Treyarch game being pushed up a year or something.
But wasn't it
Charlie Intel
Activision
said it's not that.
themselves in a blog post that said they're moving to like, that they're not doing anything for 2023? I swear to God, I thought I remember that.
No, see, I thought we had both thought that, but it was like kind of, I don't think they ever actually confirmed that.
And I guess they could change their minds also. Interesting. Very interesting. Yep. I wonder what Tom Henderson knows about this.
Yeah, I don't think he's said much about it. Could check his Twitter.
He's probably confirming with his sources. I would be very curious to know. So
let me see, because Charlie Intel responded to something he said earlier. What did he say about it? Oh, it was just something else. He was saying Call of Duty does so many remasters, they may as well make a game called Call of Duty and just live service that forever. Tweet. Yeah, that was it. Yeah, I don't know.
Well,
the rumor, Jaken, was Sledgehammer was designing an expansion to this MW2 game, which is what they said in this. That's what Charlie Intel said. Bloomberg had a report last year. This was an expansion to MW2 that was being created primarily by Sledgehammer, though. And that's what was launching this year.
That would be weird. That would be really weird. Because wouldn't it be Treyarch? Because Sledgehammer just did Vanguard.
Yeah.
So they're putting
that goes along with their thing of
now?
This is an expansion. This is an expansion, though, so it's not near all the groundwork's there. They're just adding on stuff to MW2, which again could be maps that are already created, and they probably retouch them, remaster them.
You know what it could be, dude? Modern Warfare 3, and it's a new title and a new box, but it's on literally an identical engine. So they sell a new box, and it has everything that a full release has, except it is identical in terms of engine to MW2. That would require a lot less development time, and then they could spend all that development time instead on just doing campaign, more maps, and that's it. And maybe like weapons or something. But it could use like the same gunsmith, the same movement, like a literally identical engine to MW2, except they can sell it for $70 because it's all new multiplayer maps and all new campaign. That would make a ton of sense to me, actually. Especially if it's somehow an expansion for MW2. What else could constitute an expansion for MW2, but also be a full annual premium release? And can be done in 2 years if it's by Sledgehammer. I think the only answer is MW3. I think everything makes sense if that's what it is. What do you think? Am I wildin'? And how would you
I
like
think
that?
it's. I just don't care at this point anymore until Treyarch's next game. I want to see a Treyarch game where they actually get time to finish and develop it.
That would be cool.
That's what I'm excited for. Because Cold War was dog shit. Cold War had an extra year, would it have been more polished? I don't know, maybe. Because they had good maps and stuff at least.
I think Cold War would have been way better with an extra year.
Yeah.
I liked Cold War a lot.
I'm kind of trying to... Tom did post an article in the 6. It doesn't really say much, though. Pretty much just what he already said. That at the time, he talked to his sources, and what he heard was what Jason Schreier said at the times, which was it's some sort of Sledgehammer DLC. And basically, he said he still doesn't know what it is. They don't know exactly what a premium title means. Blah blah. Yeah, so that doesn't really say much.
I bet you it's MW3, dude. I'm pretty confident about it. If it is Sledgehammer and if it is a full annual premium release, I bet you it is. I don't know what else makes sense. Which I think I would be fine with. Although people aren't going to like it that much.
They just got done with Vanguard, and Vanguard's cycle ended with the game still not working. There's no way they've been making another game this whole time. There's zero chance that's happening.
So you don't think it's Sledgehammer then?
No, I just don't think they're working on a whole new game from the ground up.
Yeah.
That's why I think it's something to do with an MW2 expansion. Some sort of like easily remastered, which would be maps, guns, maybe some sort of campaign remaster, something. I don't think it's like a whole new game like MW3 though, no. Or are you saying like...
I think it is, but it's just on the MW2 engine so that they don't have to do any of that groundwork. They can just make new maps. It would be
so it feels and plays
really
exactly like
season. It would be like Giga Season 3. So instead of getting some Ground War maps, some Sixes maps, and some guns for the same game, it's Giga Season 3, where there's a ton of new maps, a whole launch amount, in fact, a ton of new guns, and a new campaign even, but it's all literally the same game engine and movement and all that shit.
Oh man, so everything feels the same, but it's
identical.
But how could you even call that? I guess if there's not a single of the same maps that we have now, then they could call it a different game. Yeah,
and launch it on a different client, even though it's
like
the same
remastered
engine.
Guns, essentially.
Yeah. I bet you that's what it is.
That may be possible if it's all in the same engine and they don't have to design everything new. Because all the maps are there. They just, like I said, retouch them. They use all the same old guns.
Yep.
It could even be something like they don't even have the whole gunsmith system either. It goes back to like OG. So it's just like a multiplayer remastered again.
Or it uses the same guns with cross progression. Maybe. That would tie into it being an expansion. Because, you know, I can use my MW2 guns in Warzone, and I was able to use my Cold War guns in Warzone 1. So why not do it that way? Because there's cross progression there. They've been talking a lot about wanting to have a bunch of cross progression across games since Cold War came out, in fact, which was a disaster to start. But if they've been thinking of doing that from day one of MW3 for 2023, it would be easy enough. Cross progression for weapons, They can add a new mastery camo for all the same guns, all the new challenges and shit. But it would be way less work than doing an actual new game if they use the same engine. And then everything would align. I bet you that's what it is, dude. And then the question, if that's true, I could be wrong, obviously. If that's true, would we like that?
No.
I don't think so either. Because the problem
it's just reskinned MW 2 at that point.
Exactly.
But they're calling it a different game, which will actually piss more people off. It would sell better because they call it a new game.
Yeah.
It would sell better than like a DLC, but it's a lot more scummy if they were to do that. I don't know. That almost seems like you'd be walking the line of like fucking like legal action if it's like if it literally plays the same way just on different maps, like everything else feels the same. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh,
and
zombies,
know you can call that a new game.
They could add zombies to it too.
I think the zombies theory, I think that's gone. Yeah, I think we're not getting that till Treyarch's title now.
I would be totally fine with that. But maybe they would tack it on to MW 3. So instead of having DMZ and raids and Warzone, they instead just tack on zombies as well on the same engine and shit. I think it's something like this, and we'll see. But yeah, am I happy about that? I guess I'm fine with it. The reason I would be kind of happy about it is because this would be better than MW2 multiplayer remastered. I would enjoy that way more, and it would have way more longevity for me. Especially if there's a new camo grind and some new weapons, or all new weapons. That would be cool. That can get integrated into Warzone too. I think this would be better than no new premium release in 2023. Even if it's not ideal. I think I would prefer this to what we used to think, which is that we're getting no new title for 2023. Because the MW2 engine is not terrible. The movement is not good, and they wouldn't update it if my theory is correct. But a lot of it's fine, and a lot of its problems are bad decision making. So what if in MW 3, if it's the same engine but all new maps, what if they did all new ground war maps and they were actually good maps? That would be fucking awesome. I would be super happy with another MW 2, MW 2.2, all new maps, same exact engine, but there's 6 ground war maps on launch that are actually good. That would be fucking really fun, especially if there's a new camo grind and a dope new camo, a dope new mastery camo. I would really like that actually, but that would be contingent on ground war maps being good or them adding ground war at all. I don't know if they would do that, but if they did, that would be very cool. But even without ground war, I think I'd be okay with this compared to the alternative of getting fucking MW2 multiplayer remastered, which, as you said, would be fun for 3 days. That's where I'm at.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. So much speculation at this point. I have no clue.
It's a lot of speculation for sure. But there is
we
something
probably won't know until like May.
Knows.
We won't have any solid info on what this would be until probably 3 months from now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But
we
we'll
won't
keep
know
you
for
guys
a while.
updated.
Yeah. Well, yeah. As always, we will keep you guys posted. Again, I find this interesting. Some guy tweeted, "Release doesn't equal title, though. They're usually very picky with their wording." And then Charlie Intel says, "Whenever it gets announced, it'll make sense. I ain't explaining more than this for now." So Charlie Intel knows what it is, but he's not saying. And he says when it's announced, it will make sense. Mm-hmm. So this will make sense when it gets announced. Bloomberg reported last year that this fall's title would be an expansion to MW2 from Sledgehammer Games, but Activision keeps calling this fall's release a full annual premium release. That tweet will make sense once it gets announced.
Yeah.
This fall's title is an expansion to MW2 from Sledgehammer, and Activision's calling it a full annual premium release. Yeah, I don't know. If it's not MW3 on the same engine, I don't know what it is. Like, I have no idea what it is.
Yeah.
Because you wouldn't even call remastered multiplayer a full premium release. Because it's only multiplayer. They wouldn't call that a full release. So it has to be like another title.
Well, BO4 is a full release that didn't have like a campaign. It was basically multiplayer.
That's true.
Still a full release.
I guess that's true. Yeah, maybe they would. Then maybe they would name it that way. You're right. BO4 is a good counterexample. But anyway, I don't know. We'll keep you guys posted. What do we got next?
Last thing here to update you guys on the settlement. Activision Blizzard has reached a settlement in the SEC investigation over failure to disclose workplace misconduct, and they'll pay $35 million as part of the settlement. That was in regards to the cubicle crawling, the Bobby Kotick allegedly having his secretaries killed, Bobby Kotick allegedly going to Epstein's Island, allegedly. A lot of things like that.
A lot of allegations.
Not the last two.
Yeah.
A lot of allegations, but there we go. So they settled on that. $35 million is what they have to pay out.
Yeah. And the reason they settle is so that it doesn't go to court and we don't get all the gory details. That's obvious. So, this might be insensitive. Well, wait. How many people are getting paid $35 million? Is it just that one family?
That's what I'm wondering. Who gets this money?
Because there was the girl.
Lawyers get $34 million, and then they split $1 million.
Herself. So if it's like only her family, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. I was gonna say I would be sexually harassed for $35 million. But I forgot that the girl actually killed herself. At least in the thing I'm thinking of. So never mind. That wouldn't be worth it if you're her parents, obviously. But yeah. 35 mil is a lot. But yeah, it's not. I mean, of course it was going to get settled. They don't want this going to court because then all the details get leaked. Yeah. They just want to shut it down. So anyway, whoever gets that money, I have no idea. I don't even know if it's that case that he's talking about.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because it's failure to disclose. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, whatever. More trouble at Activision. No surprises there. Anything else, Tanner?
Nope.
All right. That's it, boys and girls. Hope you enjoyed. Yeah, unfortunately, there's a new blog post tomorrow with more details on Warzone. I think we will keep in mind that they're going to start doing shit like this next time. So, you know.
Oh, and there's a ranked play blog they said today now, too. So we may get 2 blogs. If we get like blogs the next 2 days, we'll just do a pod on that on Saturday, probably.
Yeah.
Because the next one will be the launch patch notes. So if there's enough to do, Saturday will probably be another news type episode. Because what are we going to do? Talk about Warzone 2? Talk about multiplayer on exactly. Saturday?
That'll probably be what we end up doing on Saturday, is going over those blog posts. So we won't make this mistake again, hopefully, though. We wanted to do this on Wednesday to talk about this blog right away. They've never done back-to-back blogs, so now we know they can. So we'll keep that in mind. Sorry about that. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Saturday, we will probably be talking about those blogs we're getting this week and maybe a couple other things. You can find our schedule on our Twitter, in our Discord, or on our website, or on our YouTube, in fact. So you can go to thedropshot.com, find links to everything. And if you wanted to support the show, if you wanted ad-free episodes, if you wanted early access episodes, and if you wanted bonus episodes each and every month, patreon.com/thedropshot. Best way to support the show, best for you and the best for us. Check it out. We love and appreciate all of our patrons. Big special shout out to everyone who donated a lot of money on episode 300 also, by the way. You guys are real kings. We will not forget you or your generosity. So thank you very much, boys. Once again, peep the Patreon, support the show, stay humble.
Stay humble.